Ciao a tutti, it's time for Italy's Decision Day. I am joined by my beautiful cousin Chiara in Rome, Italy. Sounds like a dream, I know. Chiara is 18 years old and currently enrolled in her last year of high school, which they call liceo, where they are required to learn Greek and Latin, as well as English or French. So that's already a difference worth noting. Her current plans are to attend a university so she can study and enter the medical field. Chiara also did volunteer work in Africa this past summer, so her perspective on school is going to be vital to helping us understand Decision Day around the world. I know you're going to love her and what she has to say. Let's gain the Italian perspective of life after high school. I'm Leah Leverage, a class of 2022 high school graduate exploring every path to success after senior year. Let's expand your mind to what's out there and narrow down your options so you can make a graduation decision with confidence. You're listening to Decision Day.
The Decision Day podcast is brought to you by the Rise Up Record event in Nashville, Tennessee. Rise up and share your story through video. Visit riseuprecord.com for more.
Chiara, thank you so much for teaching us today. Can you please share with everyone where you grew up and what school was like at a young age?
Okay. I was born in Abruzzo, but I've always lived in Rome, and I've been studying here since I was like 3 years old. Right now, I'm studying in a high school that's called in Italy Liceo Scientifico. So I'm focusing on like scientific subjects, for example, maths, physics, and science, of course. We also study like Latin, history, Italian, every subject. But I obviously prefer the scientific ones, even though I love like reading and writing, because I would like to study medicine. So that's why like I prefer that kind of subject.
You're going to be the favorite in our family studying medicine. So you were born in Pratala, which is a small town. Now, can you compare that to living in Rome?
I've only lived in Pratala for like 2 years, 1 year.
Okay.
So I've never really experienced life there. I don't even remember moving
Really?
here
Okay.
in Rome. So I don't like really feel the difference between living in the city and living in the village. But I kind of understand it because I spent most of my holidays there. So I kind of see the difference between the mentality of the people here and in the village. And I also recognize the difference of possibilities and opportunities I have here compared to village. But I obviously love Pratala. Like,
can you explain that a little bit? Yeah, the different possibilities, because I know my grandpa talks about that all the time. Of like everyone goes to Rome so that they can find work, right?
Yeah, also like I know that a lot of my friends there go to a not a real high school. It's like a school where they teach you more about subjects that are going to be useful in order to work like straight away. Meanwhile, in here Liceo is more like focused on preparing you for university, not really for work. So in Pratala, there's only one school for people my age. You would have to go to Sulmona, the city nearby, to study in a liceo. And you would have to you could go to the Liceo Classico where you study more like Latin, Greek, Italian. Or the Liceo Scientifico, there's that too. But they prepare you for university and every kind of university. Meanwhile, the other school that there's in Pratala that prepares you for like more practical subjects.
Okay, so yeah, I know that my grandpa was also saying that everyone who's in Pratala, it's kind of like you either go into the family business because it's so small, it's such a small town, or if you want to do something else, you kind of have to leave, right?
Yeah, you move away. I know a lot of people there who work like in cafes and stuff because they their families have owned these places and have been working there, or they either move away like when they go to university.
Yeah, explain living in Rome. That sounds like a dream.
I love Rome, okay? It's my favorite city in the world, but it's really chaotic. When
Okay.
you start, like, if you come from a village, it is really difficult to adapt because it's like a enormous city,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of to understand about, like, buses, underground. But you have to, like, start living here a little bit, and then after a month you're completely Roman.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
it's
cool.
it's difficult at first. You have to, like, adapt to the people,
Yeah.
and yeah, but they're all, I don't know, friendly. So
Oh, good. Does it feel like
yeah,
you have a lot of possibilities? Like you can go into any career that you want or do anything you
I
want?
always say that I can never know everything about Rome because it's
Okay.
so big, and there's a lot of opportunities. Like, the simplest example is, like, I want to go out and I don't know where to go. There's a million places you
Yeah.
can go to. So yeah, and I can never say that I've seen everything, because I mean there's always something
Yeah.
more to see and something more to do. And I know there's, like, a lot of schools in here, a lot of different schools I don't even know about, like, artistic subjects, like different, I don't know, specific schools that prepare you for a specific career, or I don't know, something you want to do
Yeah.
after your studies. So yeah, it's really great.
Ooh, I really like that. Okay, would you ever move out of Rome or do you think you're gonna live there for the rest of your life? Or you don't know?
My ideal plan is living here, but I love traveling for work, also because I love, like, learning about other cultures, meeting new people from
Uh, yes, I
different
love that.
countries.
That has to be genetic. I have that as well.
I really
Okay,
love that.
so you speak the most beautiful English. It's so impressive, and I
Thank
mean, it's
you.
humiliating that I can't reciprocate that with Italian, but when it's just I find it so interesting. When did you start to learn to speak English? Because I think it's very different over here going the other way.
My grandma used to teach it. So when I was a little girl, she used to, like, watch cartoons and movies with me, sing lullabies in English. So I started to, I don't know, listen to this stuff and started learning a little bit. Yeah, I've studied it for a lot of years, and now I stopped because I have my finals, and last year I took, like, second most difficult exam.
Yeah.
So
You don't need to keep learning.
yeah.
You are good. I'm telling you right now, this is great.
That school, actually, that prepares you for, like, the English that you should have to use for work. So,
Okay.
like, you have to start learning how to write reports, because you write in a different way compared to our
Yes.
way of writing. Yeah. So they prepare you for work life.
Now, does in school though, in just normal school, even from when you were little, do they teach English?
Yeah, but you
Okay.
have to be lucky. Like, my
Ah.
my middle school English teacher was the greatest teacher ever. She prepared, like, debates for us.
Mhm.
I remember a debate about, like, women rights, violence against women.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really great. So she gave us these great opportunities. But now we only study English literature, which, yeah, is great, but we don't
Mm.
have like, the possibility to debate, and we don't really study a lot English in school.
Okay. Because over here, it's from my experience, it's like, do you want to learn Spanish or French? And then we're gonna kind of teach you enough for the test, and then that's it. Like, but
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know.
kinda studied French in middle school, but I don't remember anything.
Right. What kind of student were you like in high school as you got older? I mean, even just now, what kind of student are you like?
On the one hand, I like studying, not every subject, obviously, but
Mhm.
I kind of like studying. I usually, like, plan my week, and I write, like, every day what I'm gonna study, and divide the different subjects and the different topics that I have
Okay.
to study every week. I always say that in high school you have, like, a triangle. You can either sleep, or go out, or study. And if you have, like, two of the things of the triangle. You never have the third one. So if you study and go out, you don't sleep. If you sleep and study, you don't go out. I'm the kind of student that studies and goes out and never sleeps. That's kind of my
That.
routine.
Yeah. So do you like school itself? Because personally, the learning was fine. I just didn't actually like school. And I feel like everyone's different.
That's the problem. Like
Mm.
I love public school because I love like having the possibility to meet a lot of new people. We have these like really great environment. That's the part of school I like. But I don't
Mm.
really like the fact that there's no flexibility nor
Mm-hmm.
like attention paid to like mental health.
Yes.
Really something to work on. We need to work on.
Over here as well. So when you hear the term decision day, are you familiar with what that means? Do you guys have something like that over there?
Yes, we kind of have it, but it's like it's more like we start having this kind of problem of making the decision of what to do after high school. Like from the fourth year of high school, we have 5 years of
Mm-hmm.
liceo, and we start like thinking about what we're gonna do in the fourth one because we can like take the tests for in order to go to university
Mm-hmm.
and to be accepted in starting from our fourth year. So that's when we start deciding. But there is always like I think there is the people that already know what they're gonna do, and they've decided like when they were little, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's the people that keep changing or they're still deciding. I had like a crisis
Yeah.
during summer because I really didn't know what to do. But then,
Normal.
yeah, no, I had no idea because I always say I'm good at a lot of things, but not like great that
Yeah,
in
I feel the same way
one.
where you could do a bunch of things randomly, but there's
Yeah,
not
but I'm
one
not
that
like
yes.
I'm the greatest at this. I know that is my passion. That is what I'm gonna
Right. It's
do.
so
Yeah.
frustrating. Yeah.
That's terrible. But then I kind of have forgot me a lot with this. I kind of not really decided, but I kind of felt like that was my purpose.
Yeah, like
Not really,
something
not in
sparked
a
in you.
I don't know. I felt like that was my path to follow.
Okay. So you're focusing on medicine, which means you have to get good grades now, right? And then you can apply to university over there to go further?
Yeah, there is a test in February and in April, and you have the possibility to take both of them and decide which score you want the university to consider.
Yeah. And what is the universities like in Italy in general, but also just around Rome? I bet it's the best.
There's a lot of them. I don't even know all the I don't know the courses you can follow. There's really a lot.
Yeah.
And I personally know the one that I like and I would like to go to, which is called Sapienza, and it's a public university, and it's like the best public one in Rome, uh,
Wow.
according to me. In the north, I think there's better university, but they're more expensive. Life is
Okay.
more expensive in the north. Like I would never go study in Milan because there is
Mm.
life is really expensive.
How
I mean,
much yeah, in euros, how much is it to go to the school that you want to go to? Just so we can compare it to how it is over here.
it depends on your income, on your
Mm.
family's income. But I
Oh.
think like yeah, you pay more if you get paid more.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think like 3,000 a
That's
year.
it
Yeah,
for
yeah.
medical school. Wow.
Yeah, I
In
know
Rome.
that's a lot more in the United States, I know.
So what yeah, how do you view school over here from your perspective? Because I know you've probably seen like movies and TV shows of it,
Yeah.
but yeah, how do you view what we've got going on with college?
I see it as something completely different from our university. I don't know about I don't know, I see like a completely different life. I mean, I see college as, I don't know, I think you start living there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Oh,
seems
you don't.
no, you don't
Oh.
in here. You have the possibility to move to another city, but you start like living with a roommate that or more roommates because I mean it's less expensive that way. But it's not like you live in school. There's some school, but they're mostly private.
Okay.
Where you can go live there, and there is like a school campus. But I wouldn't really like to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I would prefer to have like my own personal space.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to organize myself and have my, I don't know, freedom.
Yes, I understand that fully. Okay, so over there, do you think it's as like elite where if you go to a certain college, it's like, oh, this or this university is better than this university, or it's like, okay, which one did you go to, or oh, you like
It
are some
is
seen as better?
it is a little bit, but not that much. Like maybe there are some private schools which could seem better, but
Mm.
it's not like there's not a lot of prejudice.
Okay,
Like,
that's the word.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, they don't judge you if you go to a like school where you pay a little less. I mean, it's not it's not that important as a,
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. And does it seem like it's normal for everyone to continue to study at a university, or do people take all different paths?
No, in here you should go to university. I mean, they don't really talk about what you can do after high school, liceo, if you don't want to go to university. I don't really know a lot of people who haven't decided to go to university after high school, but it's not that common in here. It's like a path already chosen. I don't know.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know what you're trying to say.
Uh,
It just
you
feels like
know,
that's the next step. You don't really have much of
yeah,
a choice. Okay.
exactly.
And I remember you telling me when we were together that the schools, I forget which school, but the schools, you kind of go down the path of whatever specifically career you want to go
Hmm.
into rather than like learning in general. Is that the university that you're talking about where you go to university because you want to do medical and they focus on medical studies?
Yeah, you don't focus on something in high school, even though like I mean there's the scientifico and classico, which are like about they focus more on maths and
Mm-hmm.
art and stuff, but they prepare you for everything. Like after liceo, you can study anything in university. They prepare you like globally, while if you go to university, that's where you study something specific and only
Okay.
that. It's not
Hmm.
like a global preparation.
Once you had that kind of crisis in the summer where you
Yeah.
decided that medical was the path that you wanted to go down, did you have any influences to your decision, like family members or friends, or what kind of made you think that that was for you?
um Before deciding, I used to talk a lot to my family, but uh at one point I felt like I had to make this decision on my own
Hmm.
because it's my life. It's literally my life.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's what I'm gonna do every day for my
Yeah.
entire life from now on. So, I mean, I had to make this decision on my own, and like I listened to the advices people gave me, but after going to after like staying a month in Africa, I kind of felt that that was what I wanted to do, but I felt it. It's like it's not like I made a rational decision.
Hmm.
I mean, I had the time to think about it, and then it almost felt like that was my path. And then I also read a book that was about surgeons in Africa, but I didn't know it was about that. Like my father, my dad gave it to me, and he said, "I think you're gonna like it." After
Oh.
me coming back from Africa, and he knew I was like I didn't know what to do. Because I had told them that I wanted to study medicine, but I was a little bit insecure about it. And then he gave me this book, and I read it, and it was amazing, because it was like reading my experience through the pages of
Oh,
another.
good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow. Where in
It was
Africa did you
really
go?
Tanzania. It's like
Okay.
near the Kilimanjaro. I've always wanted to go there because my grandma wanted to like be a doctor there. So I've always wanted to go there.
Okay.
And she kind of passed me her dream. So
Uh,
I knew I had to wait until I was 18, because you have to be like 18 in order to go alone. I found this one on a website called Volunteer World, and it's called Step Africa.
okay.
So it's like,
And
yeah.
how life-changing was that? I can't even imagine.
And life there was completely different from life here. It's like in here we go super fast.
Mhm.
Like every day is frenetic. Meanwhile there is like the way how they said that is pole pole, which means slowly. Everything was like that, and there's no like anxiety or stuff. Like even in the language, you can't say you're not feeling good. There's only like I'm not feeling that good. Like
Ah,
I don't know how to say that in
yeah,
English.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. They're always smiling, which is like a contradiction, because I mean,
Yes.
you think about life there and you have the prejudice, like you think they're not going to be as happy as us. They're, even though they're poor, they don't have like a big house or anything like that, they're always happy, and they're always seeing the good in things, like
Different way of
every
life.
one of them. It's amazing.
Wow. Now, how did that experience, because that's, I mean, insane and what an opportunity. How did that impact you wanting to go into medical studies?
Because I've seen, when I went there, when I first went there, I had the idea of studying medicine, but I
Mhm.
wasn't like really sure about that, and I felt like I had to do something in order to be like useful, to
Yeah.
feel useful. So when I went there, I felt like even just me being there and staying with the kids was me like being useful. I felt like I was changing someone's lives, and
Uh,
it was amazing. And then I kind of I've seen like the hospital there, and the way people, surgeons in there and doctors in there, had to I don't know, invent different ways of
mhm.
patients, because obviously they don't have all the means that we have. That was what I wanted to do. And specifically that, like, I want to study medicine and work as a surgeon doctor here. But I would like to, I don't know, spend kind of, I don't know, 6 months, a year in these countries, because I want
Yeah.
to useful there, and I
Uh,
really want to feel useful there. It kind of caused and helped me through the crisis, because I felt like I wasn't doing enough, so that caused the crisis, and I felt like I wasn't good enough to do medicine, but to study medicine. But then I know it was a sensation. It was a feeling that I had to study that.
uh, beautiful. I'm gonna have to add that to my bucket list. If you ever go back, let me know.
Yeah,
And
sure.
then, oh my gosh, what is something that you wish someone would tell you now that would help you through the process of about to graduate and go into university?
That's something someone has told me, that
Mm,
I'm always like, what if I don't make it, like I don't pass the test. I mean, I can retake it, but still, what
yeah,
if I
yeah.
don't? And what people that helped me through this told me is uh you're never gonna like disappoint your family or the people
Oh,
you care about, because they're with you if you like pass the test, or even if you don't, because you studied and you have like you know what you want to do. So even though like you don't make it at first, you're gonna make it later, but we're here to help you. That's kind of like that. Because I'm always like afraid of disappointing the people around me, disappointing myself. So when someone I care about reassures me and tells me that I'm not gonna do that, even though like I don't pass, I just have to don't judge myself that much.
That's very powerful. I think that's also very relatable,
Yeah.
especially at this age. Okay, so I ask everyone the same last question, and I'm interested to hear how you're going to interpret it. So what mistakes do you see young people making?
Ooh. I think that we like teenagers don't really like listening to people giving us advices about life.
Yeah.
But sometimes, because like adults don't really know how to approach the conversation, and sometimes because we just like we feel like we're too confused to listen to other people giving us advice, because we feel like we're too afraid to make a mistake that's gonna affect our entire life. So
Yeah.
I think that we should listen a little bit more, not because we have to like necessarily follow what other people say, but just because it gives you more to think about when you're making a decision. So it gives you like a little bit more of possibilities, and I don't know, stuff to think.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing all this. I loved hearing your perspective. Where can everyone follow you or support you?
On Instagram. I don't know if they're gonna understand the name, but it's Guagnano.
Beautiful. Try
You
to
can write it.
All right. Share your thoughts and decisions with us. My usernames are at Decision Day Podcast and at Leah Leverich. If you like this episode or got value out of it in any way, please leave a review, rate the podcast 5 stars. And we hope that this was impactful for you, or even interesting, because it's Italy. I mean, everyone's fascinated by Italy over here. Share it with friends or other high school students. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Chiara, for sharing with us. And I can't wait to share a new perspective with you in the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the Decision Day podcast. If you know a student in high school, ask them to listen or share an episode with them. And as always, we love hearing from you. Share your stories with us on social, Decision Day Podcast. Until next week. Decision Day Podcast is sponsored by the Rise and Record event, Nashville, Tennessee. RiseandRecord.com for more info.